are going to do a little bit of an experiment today. Are you ready to help me?
Okay. I have no idea what it is.
Okay. What we're going to do is we have 3 people here. We're going to do a little bit of experiment and a demonstration. This person wants to save a tablespoon a month. We're going to pretend that the water is money. Okay. So this person here wants to save a tablespoon every month. Okay. This person here also wants to save a tablespoon, but they have debt that they have to pay off first. Money that they owe that they have to pay off first. So what they're going to do is they are going to save 2 teaspoons in a month and pay off 1 teaspoon of debt. Okay, so 2 teaspoons in there, 1 teaspoon in here every month. This person here decided they first want to pay off their debt before they're going to start saving. Okay, so they are going to pay off their debt with a full tablespoon every month. And once this is full, so their debt is paid off, they are going to start paying off, so saving into their savings.
Okay.
Okay, so you are going to be the banker, so you are going to put the money in the bank.
I'm rich.
So it's January. Okay, so now you have to, this person here's got debt, so first put tablespoon in the debt. Make sure you do it right. It's okay if you miss a little bit. It's all right.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Okay. This person, here's the teaspoons, wants to do 2 teaspoons of savings. Yes. And 1 teaspoon of debt. Okay. This person wants to save a full tablespoon. Okay. January done and dusted. And so we go on to February. Done this for a whole year. Let's see what happens. This guy paid off all his debt. Good for him. But let's see how much he saved. He saved until there. This guy almost paid off all his debt. 1 more month and his debt would be paid off. But he saved more than that guy saved. See, his level is higher. And this guy saved the most because he didn't have to pay. You see, so the person who decided that they're first going to pay off all their debt before they start saving, have saved the least. Okay? This guy who decided he's going to do both, a little bit of each, saved more than that guy, didn't save quite as much as this guy, but he also almost paid off all his debt. This guy who had no debt was able to save the most, so his savings balance is the highest. Should you pay off your debt or should you save? From this demonstration, it is clear, obviously, that if you don't have debt, that's the best situation to be in because then you can save everything. If, however, you do have debt, it is the question of the kind of debt, the type of debt, and the term that you need to save for, or how much time do you have to save for what you need to save for, And then lastly, what can you afford? If you can afford to do both, you can clearly see from the demonstration that that's the best. Because the longer you postpone to save, the longer it will take for you to catch up on your savings, and then the bigger the amount that you'll have to save in the end. And if you have debt, you have to compare the interest rate that you're paying on the debt versus the growth that you can get over that term in the market or in your investment to really make an informed decision. But sometimes that's not the only thing you should look at. It really is, will you be able to reach your target if you postpone it? Can you afford to wait before you start to save? The other reason why I why I prefer that you do both is that sometimes your debt doesn't end when you finish paying it off, especially if it's a bond. Sometimes you tend to sell the house, take out a bigger bond, take out another bond, do improvements on the house, take out another loan. So often it doesn't end when the debt ends. So you tend to keep on procrastinating the amount that you can afford to save or the time when you start to save. And then there's obviously the whole question of the type of debt. So the interest rate plays a role, as I mentioned, but also the type of debt. If it's a bond, obviously you get collateral for that because you have the property value in the end. So that is a difficult decision to make. And their affordability will play a large role. And how far into it are you already? And how up to date are you with your savings plan? But if it's a car, I will reconsider. Because a car is something that declines in value. And if you put capital into car debt, it just means that, yes, you bought some interest, but you also paid capital that is going to devalue. It's going to be worth less in a few years' time when you sell that car again, so you won't get the money back. So I would never really advise that unless it's a cash flow decision. And then also if it's credit card, those interest rates are extremely high. And if it's a really, really high interest rate and it's a large amount of debt, then you probably won't be able to beat that in the market. And then you might want to lean towards paying more off on the debt and saving less. But in the end, to me, the deal approach is always the best.